Hello, people. This is the real Big Boss Calvin 83. Big Boss Calvin 1983. Excuse me. I gotta speak on this. As you see right here, this report is like almost 6 months old. But what surprises me is how a lot of you red pill guys, you so-called red pillers, and the manosphere, you so-called manosphere clowns. Yeah, I'm calling y'all clowns. Because if you're advocates for men's issues, and you want things to change about women, you want women to change their behavior, you want accountability, especially from policy legally. If you support women having choice, some of y'all don't believe that women should have choice. Some of y'all believe in Sharia law. Well, I take that back. A lot of y'all guys don't fuck with Sharia law. And me personally, I do believe in Sharia law. It's needed. But see, you whole ass males want to have your cake and eat it too. So you are the heifers that you complain about. You want to be able to be whores yourself. And I'm against men being whores too. Especially when y'all crying about false allegations and fraternity fraud, unplanned pregnancy, reproductive rights, or she don't want to claim you as her husband, and want to keep you away from seeing your child. Then talk about child support. You don't have a say if she wants to unalive the child with abortion, right? Even though abortion is somewhat overturned. This is what we need to be talking about. I mean, I'm not telling people what they can and can't talk about on their con, but my thing is, if you're speaking about issues, of the black community and stuff like that, we really don't get to pick and choose what we want to talk about and don't want to talk about. A lot of y'all just want to push narratives because y'all got unresolved issues. I'm not saying I didn't make those mistakes when I started being on YouTube back in 2009. And I've been making content on men's issues, speaking about my journey of being awakened and conscious and, black revolutionary too. Speaking about anti-black misandry. Speaking out how misandry creates misogyny. I've been doing this for like 12 years, y'all. And I have some people send me my flowers, but I've never gotten the support compared to guys who just want to just make bread and hey, if you want to make money. But my thing is, are we going to get reform? There's no point in talking about female nature, gold diggers, she's delusional, and talk about women being violent. There are women out here doing violent criminals, women demonizing men. If we're not in a position of power to take the power from them and take the power from this government, y'all don't want to do. Many of y'all don't want to. You're not ready for that. But I digress. Let me get started. Here's the thing: sex-crazed UK grannies warned against visiting this African nation. I want you to pay attention to that part. Sex-crazed UK grannies warned against visiting African nations. It's like what they try to do on this one was try to flip the script of that these women are victims even though they are predators, paying for basically doing sex tourism, but yet you want to talk about sex tourism when it comes to men who traveled abroad and overseas. Yet you want to demonize black men who are passport bros, who want to just get away and have fun and get their rocks off. But see, we as melanated men, we're not in a position to do that. Yes, there's some criticisms. I do agree with some of the criticism, and I disagree with a lot of the criticism. Why is it that black men don't have the freedom of movement to do what white males, Asian males have done? Why is it that? But here's the thing: black women have traveled. Black women have been celebrating for traveling abroad. White women, these cave bitches, these cave hoes, these pale cave bitches have been traveling with their own money, with their husband's money, doing girls trips, but that's never an issue when white women do shit. When they're predators, it's never an issue with that. Explain that to me, y'all. The desires of some sexually active UK grannies have forced a popular African destination to change its policy on tourism. So we got a lot of these young males, these young men, these underage males being taken advantage of, regardless if they entertain it or not. They're still being exploited. But see, nobody want to have this conversation. You pro-blacks disappoint me. Y'all refuse to address the misandry that's part of black culture, especially in America, internationally too, but mainly in America. Though tourism can bring many advantages to developing nations, even though the nation was already developed, it was colonized and robbed, was destitute. But see, I digress. There are also a number of downsides. Each nation has its own unique set of challenges, but the problems experienced in the Gambia's flagship industry involve UK grannies and their unsuitable appetites. Why don't you just say their hoes? Sexual appetites. Why are UK grannies being told to avoid Gambia? Why are they being told that? Since the late 1990s, the Gambia has been the destination of choice for older British women seeking sun, sea, and saucy shenanigans. But see, if it was a man, it was men doing this, y'all would call them predators. Y'all would call them pervs. Y'all would have a negative connotation. Y'all call them pedophiles. Y'all call them something with the misandric talking points, dogs, and they're taking advantage of these women. These women know what they're doing. They target these, a lot of times they target these dudes who are Taurus. But see, nobody want to have that real conversation. But what do you know? You never I have lived overseas when I was a child, but I never traveled overseas as an adult and really spent time, getting to have those type of adventures. I mean, that's on the bucket list, but to me, I'm not on no, if I want some feet, some want that tail, but to me, I'm looking for something bigger when I go overseas. To me, I can get that anywhere. But, people can do them. So it's called saucy shenanigans when you got old female predators, sexual predators, hoes, when they travel overseas. You got black women who travel overseas. They get their rocks off, talk and brag, being all wild. They even do nasty stuff to each other, to not just men, but other women too, other women and girls. But that don't get talked about. See, it's saucy shenanigans, but if y'all do a sex tourism as exploitation, you're hoes, you're promiscuous, you're degrading women. But when are women going to be accountable for the fact that they choose to degrade themselves and prostitute themselves? Regardless of the circumstances, they know what they're doing. Some of them know what they're doing more often than you think. But I digress. The tourists have made a habit of visiting the West African country to pay young adult males, and I'll even say underage males, for sex, creating a very seedy market within a market. The men who take part of these arrangements has been known as bumpsters. Yes, you see the misandry is so fucked up out here. Look at this. So fucked up out here. The Gambian has become a sex tourist haven. This has carried on the past 20 years. A cohort UK grannies are now regular visitors here. It's not necessary because because they enjoy the vast tapestry of Gambian culture. The country is small in size, provides home to roughly 2.5 million citizens. However, the coastal location year-round, hot temperatures, the foundations to exploit an economic gold mine. Sadly, some visitors this has turned into a full-blown sex tourism. And this is how this is going when it comes to these first world, these people who are these foreigners of these first world nations. That's what goes on because we're so disconnected in these first world countries. We are undateable, but we'll go overseas to just be toxic. It's just really fucked up out here. And the government is now ready to take a stand against lustful travelers. Sex-crazed UK grannies told to stay away. Quality tourists needed. Bukar Kamara, the director of the Gambian Tourist Board, told a local publication earlier this week that they are now seeking quality tourists only. The top officials say that tourists must now come to enjoy culture rather than indulge in seedy sexual arrangements. And I'll bet you, even though those women are older, they're getting pregnant. Hey, that seed is strong, you know what I'm saying? And just because a woman's older don't mean she can't get knocked up. Let's just keep it real. What we want is quality tourists that come to enjoy the country and the culture, but not tourists that come just for sex. The government would welcome tourists interested in positive side of the country, not those who want to just come for sex. So y'all rather demonize black men as a whole who travel, but when you got these heifers who travel and actually do the same thing, or I would say they do it more often because it's easy for them to get dizzy anytime they want. But see, nobody wants to y'all. A lot of you women don't want to recognize that if you want dizzy, you can get anywhere. There's women who have told me point blank, I can get laid anytime I want. Even the woman was a cougar. Even if the woman was in her 60s. But my thing is, but can you get a husband? But then there's crickets. This is why, even though I don't agree, even though me personally, it's funny that there are some men who will be celebrated, but it's so funny when a man says, I want more than one wife, he's demonized. So you okay with dudes being promiscuous and sleeping with a bunch of random women that he'll never see ever again, and some of those women might be carrying his child. She might not know who the father is because some of these women she might be carrying that child and nowhere to be found. Or even if the man tries to claim her, it's a problem because she may not want to fuck with him on that type of long-term time. She may not want to be his wife, which happens more often than y'all care to acknowledge. But if a man says, I want more than one wife, a black man who says, I want more than one wife, y'all got an issue with that. I don't understand. You okay with a man sleeping with 60 women, smash, pumping and dumping, but if a man says, I want to take these women, like 10 women as wives or 10 or more women as wives, you have a problem with that. But y'all don't have an issue when white males do it out in Utah, out in Colorado. Y'all don't have it out in Wyoming. Y'all don't have a problem with that. Especially out in Utah. Y'all don't have a problem with white males internationally do this shit. You don't have a problem when Arab males do that shit. Y'all don't have it when non-black males want to do that, have more than one wife and have multiple kids. It's celebrated. With a black man, he's the scum of the earth. White women can travel overseas, be the biggest hoes. Nobody got an issue with that. Unless, the country got an issue with that. But that's not talked about. Black women can sleep around, may not be able to sleep around as these cave hoes, but when black women do the girls trip, all these women are undateable and undesirable, and they're demonized as prostitutes. White women can get a pass. Non-black women can get more of a pass, but see, black women can still get leniency. But when men travel, but white males can travel, it's demonized. But white women know to shut the fuck up. But when black men travel overseas, it's now a problem with the passport bros. It don't make no damn sense that we got a double fucking standard. When are y'all gonna start calling out black misandry? Dr. T. Hassan, and I'm like, yo, I'm doing for a lot of shit. I would, Dr. T. Hassan, I fuck with him. I would love to be more involved with his projects out in California. And there's other men who are doing work and actually trying to get a revolution started. But the real revolution is attacking this anti-black misandry. Y'all just want to talk about female nature, but you don't want to deal with the root cause of female nature. You don't want to actually get reform that will knock it out. Now, you may not be able to stop the toxic hoes, but see, a lot of you dudes don't want to change your shit. Some of you males y'all think if you can debate with women and pull up statistics and just argue with them or try to sweet talk your way, because some of you guys who call women 304s, hoes, and bitches, y'all want to deal with these 304s. Y'all want to, sometimes when y'all be debating and stuff, I know what goes on behind social media. You don't think I be meeting women off of social media? I met my share, but that was more in the foot fetish community. Yeah, sometimes these beefs are not beefs. There's why some female content creators don't get called out when it comes to the manosphere. You got a nigga wearing a wig like H0es acting, doing minstrel shit. You got Thon Lexi. I want to call some of you guys out. Hey, defending Joe Rogan racist ass brother, really? On top of that, I heard I noticed he got another child, right? Is he gonna claim that wife? Is he gonna take that baby mama as his wife? But you want to talk about other YouTubers, I'm not gonna say, that got multiple baby mamas. Cynthia G became baby mama number 6. Y'all call him out, but when it comes to y'all have a different set of rules. This is the problem. Nobody wants to be held to a valid standard. No, y'all want to pick and choose who you want to enforce rules on. Y'all don't want, see, this is the thing. Y'all want to pick and choose when y'all want to be equal to each other. But when it comes to equal accountability across the board, none of y'all want to fuck with that. Only a few. Because the reason why I fuck with equal accountability across the board, because of my thinking, without personal accountability, we're fucked up as people. We are too toxic. This is why personal accountability is necessary. Because I just can't hold myself accountable if you out here doing fuck shit. I can navigate well with personal accountability and responsibility, but when it comes to this toxic bullshit, that's why if you gotta pay 3 times the rent. That's why you got all these evictions. That's why this government can do all this shit. But y'all want to talk about relationships and all this other shit. You don't understand how policy affects relationships. How capitalism, the reason why misandry go is the way it is, because capitalism benefits from oppressing men. We're disposable. But y'all don't want to have those real conversations.